In grade 8, I was going full speed to my friend's house, right, on my BMX, and then I don't know what happened, but I think it was the crank broke, and my bike just went full stop. Like everything, all the wheels, like it felt like my brakes, like it felt like I just went like this and like I slammed my brakes.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So I was going full speed, so I flung over my handlebars, like 2 pavement things away, face planted. I wasn't wearing a helmet because I'm smart. It sounds like stupid, but I wasn't wearing a helmet, so I face planted. And I get up and I'm in a haze. Like I'm like, I don't know, because I'm looking at my hands and they're like thrashed. Like I actually have like scars on my hands still from it because they were so deep. And my face was like out to like here, like no lie. My mom, when I showed up, she was freaked out. Like because my face out here because I had braces. So when I face planted, my lip went into my braces.
Yeah.
So the swelling immediately happened, and like I was in a haze, so I immediately got up and was like, I'm fine. I'm just gonna keep going. Then 2 cars stopped. That's how bad it looked. 2 cars stopped off the street. Like one stopped going this way, like the opposite direction of me, and one stopped, and it was this old couple, and they're like, are you okay? Oh my god! And I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going, and they're like, no.
Oh my god!
And they're like, so they take me, they like throw my bike in the back of their car, and I wasn't too far away from my house, so they just turned around and drove me to their house, my house, I mean, and my mom was in utter disarray because I'm like, oh my god, it was awful.
No, jeez.
And I remember getting home, and like after the shock had worn off, I remember going to my bathroom and like just going like this, like just pulling my lip out.
Yeah.
And just because my whole lip was stuck in my braces.
Oh, that's so gross.
I didn't feel it because I was in like shock.
Right.
Like, I remember for a while I think I can still feel like a bit of like scar tissue all there because it was like a whole rip.
That's the worst.
But like speaking of bike, you have a bike story.
I have a fun bike story. Yeah. You know what? I was run over by a delivery truck last summer. I
shouldn't be laughing, but
I'm laughing, so it's okay. I'm sorry if my friends are watching this podcast. They're probably rolling their eyes, going, "Oh my god, this story again? Here we go." Because I tell this story all the time, just because it's funny. It's a good conversation starter. I just go, "Hey, I was run over by a truck. I was run over by a delivery truck."
The
big ones. Yeah, the big delivery trucks, like the mail delivery trucks. And I was biking with my friend last year, and we came to a pedestrian corridor, which are those crosswalks where you hit the button and then the lights flash up above. So it's like, hey, you have to stop for these pedestrians. So then the first lane of traffic came to a stop, and we were like, all right, it's safe to go because there's no one in the second lane. Well, the plot twist is that there was someone in the second lane. It was a delivery truck, and he was not paying attention, and me and my friend started to go, and then he blew through the pedestrian corridor, hit the both of us at probably good 50 or 60 kilometers an hour. So that's fun. We got carried a good way down the road, and then he swerved up onto the curb, onto the boulevard or whatever.
Were you like on the front of the truck basically? Like
yeah.
Really?
Well, I was a little bit behind my friend, so he actually got the full front of the truck.
What happened to him? He broke a couple.
He broke his collarbone and his wrist, his left collarbone, because that's where the truck hit us.
Which is crazy. That's awful. Like
oh yeah, both, and it was his left collarbone and his right wrist. So he was well, the adrenaline's still pumping.
Oh yeah.
So he was able to like stand up and like, oh yeah, we're fine.
Okay, didn't you want to go get ice cream?
Yeah, because we called his mom, and I called my dad too. Or actually, I called my dad later, but we called his mom. And we were like, "Hey, so we just got hit by a truck. We're okay though. Like everything's okay. We're a little sore, but I think we're gonna be all right." And then his mom was like, "Oh yeah, we'll just that's okay. I'm glad you guys are okay. We'll come pick you up. We'll throw your bikes in the back of the truck, and we'll just go get some ice cream or something." And I was talking on the phone, on his phone, because his wrist was in immense pain. We found out about 2 minutes later it was very broken. When I looked at his wrist, he was going, "Oh, my wrist really hurts." Because the delivery truck driver was like, "Oh, are you guys okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. And he was like, "Yeah, my wrist kind of hurts a little bit." And then I looked down at his wrist, and it is literally bent.
Oh my god!
And I was going, "Okay, yeah, that's broken. Yeah. So yeah, you broke your wrist, man." And then his shoulder was also hurting, which ended up being his broken collarbone, which sucks because it was his left collarbone and his right wrist, which means that he was crippled in both arms.
Oh my God,
so for half the summer, he had a cast and a sling on both
awful.
arms. Luckily, I didn't break anything. I'm pretty sure I thought I broke some ribs. I was bruised immensely down the left side of my body, so I couldn't move.
Did you bruise your ribs? Is that what it was?
I bruised my ribs. I didn't break any, but I definitely thought I did because the slightest bit of breathing in caused me a lot of pain.
No.
So all my ribs were, if not, because they weren't broken because we did an X-ray, but they were definitely bruised pretty hard. And then all done, like my hip was bruised and my ankle, everything on the left side of my body where the truck hit us, everything was bruised. And then I had whiplash on the right side. So I walked around for like a solid week with my shoulder tucked up against my cheek because if I let it drop, there's so much tension here. So I just kept it up here. So I had to turn all my shoulders to turn my head. I couldn't turn my neck. So that was fun.
But you guys are lucky because going that fast, you could have been thrown under the truck.
Oh yeah, we could have. But it also, I think it's, yeah, we could have.
And what did the guy say? He said he was looking at construction workers?
He was looking at construction workers on to his right, and he was going, "Oh shoot, I hope I don't hit those construction workers." So he's looking that way. But he wasn't looking ahead of him where the crosswalk was, which is unfortunate.
Because you got hit.
Because we got hit. So then, a few minutes later, we started the adrenaline started wearing off, and we're like, "Oh, we're in pain now." So by the time my friend's mom had got there, hoping to take us for ice cream, the ambulance is already here, and we were like getting into the ambulance, and I had to call my dad and tell him that I was in an ambulance because I got hit by a truck, and he started panicking. It was a good time though.